Perplexity AI is no longer just an AI search engine. It's now an AI agent. Perplexity Comet, the AI browser, not just finds information, but really executes the task for you. So in this video, I'll show the 10 agents you can use with Perplexity Comet, from research, prospecting, leads monitoring, content brief, and a lot more. Let's go. So you can use Comet two ways after you install the applications. First, the main chat window is good when you need to run more complex, multi-step agentic tasks. The second way is through the assistant sidebar. So it's perfect for quick contextual tasks within your current web page. Okay, the first one, a live marketing intelligence agent. I called it live is because competitor analysis often means drowning in tapes and manually copying data into files. So this agent can analyze multiple competitor sites live simultaneously and extract the key insights. So for example, I'm doing a live competitor analysis for Gamma. So I have the Gamma website and the other competitor's website open. What makes Comet so cool is that it can retrieve all the context across different browser tabs. And that means I can just type in the prompt and ask it to do the analysis for the open tabs. And not just the homepage, but also dig into other key pages in the process. Then it will follow because it's an agent. So it's amazing that it's performing all the live analysis for you, browsing all the competitor pages, and you can always double check the little screenshot here to open it up so you know which page it is analyzing. And this process will save you lots of time that used to take hours, and now it can just take as quick as 15 minutes. And what's more, we can now ask it to create this report into a new Google document, because even on Perplexity, you can just export to Word document. But now with Comet, you can literally export any research findings to your Google Workspace when you have linked up the account. Now you might be concerned about the privacy issue. I'll cover that at the end of this video. The next one is a research agent, and this is a big one. We all know the pain of research, dozens of cluttered tabs and information chaos. So I will show you how Comet can turn that mess into an organized workspace, letting the agent read everything at once to deliver the powerful insights. So usually when we do research, we have so many tabs open and they look very cluttered. So a cool way is to ask Perplexity to group relevant tabs into what it calls a dedicated workspace, as it can understand the context for all the open tabs. Or you can just ask it to assign any open tabs in the relevant workspace, so you can make everything so organized. And to resume any research project, just pick the workspace again from the navigation bar. So this is very handy. Another thing I like is that when you're in the research workspace, so you let it read and analyze all the open pages. So like in this case, I asked it to identify the top 3 to 5 common themes across these sources and implication or anything. So it can save you lots of time, like navigating different open tabs. And here is a bonus. So you can click here to save this prompt into a shortcut command with your defined instruction. So you can even pick the search mode and models. So every time you can just type this command and it will execute for you. So if you need a full list of my command cheat sheets, so go check out my community. Another bonus is fact checking. So oftentimes when you're researching, reading articles, you see different claims, and what makes Comet useful is you can now just copy the text and then ask the agent to do an initial fact checking for you. So that is super helpful to save you lots of time, and you can even combine it with the shortcut commands. So Perplexity is especially good at doing real-time search or finding timely source. So we can build a new Synthesizer agent that finds the most important weekly news and automatically update your central database and make sure everything is automated. So let's say I have this Notion database called Weekly AI SEO News that is used to store different AI SEO news updates. Then I can just ask Perplexity Comet to find me the top 5 most important AI SEO news from the past week and help me to update to this Notion. And this time we can even try using the deep research mode. And it is really cool to see it is researching and updating the Notion database for you, entering each of the news items. So within 10 minutes, you can have this structured news database sorted by date. And it doesn't have to be news item. It can be any findings that are useful for your projects. And this is helpful if you want to repurpose the content or have a newsletter that capture the latest trend where you can consolidating everything in one knowledge hub like this. And you can even set up a scheduled task to have it run on a weekly basis, and it will pop up the built-in task creator for you. So this way, you're fully maximizing the automation power of the Perplexity agent. So staying informed is one thing, but what if we can now shifting from consuming information to generating opportunities? So here we can have a lead monitoring agent. So it will source forums for high intent questions and automatically emails you a summaries of qualified leads. Let's say I run an SEO agency or service business, so I can just set up this task for Perplexity agent to ask it to search the relevant subreddits for high intent SEO question in the past 7 days, and to give the criteria what signals the agent should look for, which should be all signal the buying intent, and then summarize the lead details and send an email to me. So the agent is doing its job, digging through the Reddit forums and filtering threads according to our defined criteria. So it says it's find 2 qualified leads and seek my approval to send the email. So you can just hit send, and then immediately you will receive this email with all the details like the post name, the pain point, the rationale why this is a qualified with the source link. Of course, you can take a step further to also let the agent to draft the reply and post it for you. But I would highly prefer just do it yourself and really provide genuine advice. And now the best thing is you can just schedule this task to run on a weekly basis. So it's just like a mini lead monitor engine that help you to look for high intent leads or conversation on Reddit or whatever platforms that you want and to take action. Or you can just use it to track your brand mentions as well. So this is definitely one of the best agent use case you should try. Okay, finding a high intent lead is a great start, but we need to act on that. So the next agent idea is a sales prospecting agent that find potential companies that match your ideal customer profile and drop the hyper-personalized outreach email directly in your mailbox. So the first way is to select comments to find a list of prospecting companies for your outreaching process. So you provide the criteria about the ideal companies that you want to work for, like in this case is e-commerce business and their revenue growth, hiring signals, company size, and ask Perplexity agent to collect the relevant details and the source to focus on. So for this case, I wanted to focus on company size or job board like Indeed. So now the agent will trigger the search and filter those companies that match the criteria, which is something only an agent could do. And then identify the potential companies to reach out to. Note, I didn't ask it to collect emails as I found it can be difficult for comments to grab the right email for now. So instead, you can use LinkedIn Sales Navigator or Apollo to find the verified emails. Another way Comet can help is once I identify the contact list, so I can just tag it for the agent and then have it draft the personalized email by doing the research, which can take a lot of time. And then the email formula that I provide. And the coolest thing is that you can just ask it to save this email as a new draft on your Gmail, so they are ready for your final approval and sending. So imagine if you have 10 to 20 of them, so you can use the same method and streamline the whole process. So targeted outreach is effective, but the best marketing comes from deeply understanding your target audience. So we can turn Comet into an audience research agent and have it dig through social media for real customer pain points for your marketing assets building. So let's say I'm an agency owner and I want to understand what are the small business owner challenges when building a website. So I can turn Comet into an audience research agent and really navigate to Reddit or YouTube for real audience quote about their challenges. So you can see Comet is browsing the subreddit sites, doing the actual searching on Reddit, analyzing each thread, which is why we need an agent. And this is super cool to see Perplexity agents is really digging through the comment section on the YouTube as well. And this used to eat up lots of time, or you need to set up an API. So now it generates all the real audience quotes for you with the category and with the top 3 pain points identified. So you can just download it and import it back to Google Sheets, which I found is better for now. And then you can take this analysis for all the strategy actions like creating your messaging, brand kit, offerings, persona profiles. A bonus is now you can even take this audience research and switch to Perplexity Labs and then ask it to build an HTML landing page for you. And so the language is used will really resonating with your target audience. So once you know your audience pain points, you need to create content that answer that question. And every marketers know now is AI search, especially Google AI mode is a big one. So how Perplexity Comet agent can help that? Let me show you. So for example, I can go to Google AMO and then ask Perplexity agent to analyze the AI search results for me about the pattern that I observe or any best practice we should follow from those top cited AI search results. So in this case, it's AI for small business. And I think that is one of the best ways to use Perplexity agent because even on ChatGPT agent, it has no access to Google AMO. And you can see it is smart enough to expand all the cited search results and dig through them one by one. So this saves you lots of time analyzing yourself and do the reverse engineering. And then it comes up with a detailed analysis about what are the common patterns for these search results. And we can even ask it to generate the SEO content brief for this topic, so I can pass it to the team to follow up. And now you can repeat the same process for any high intent search queries for AI search, and it will save you tons of time. And not just for content brief or analysis, you can just give a list of prompts or queries to Perplexity and have it monitor the top AI search results for you on schedule. And this will be a big cost saver. As marketers, we all know that the AI WAN tracker can be expensive nowadays. We have covered lots of agent ideas, but one is really important, is conversion optimization, as it would directly impact your bottom line. So let's build an agent to identify all the frictions in your sales funnel. But instead of just giving some vague prompts, there is a better approach. So let's say we're doing a conversion optimization audit for this health supplement e-commerce brand. So I already have this process document about how to perform the audit with step-by-step, what step to take, and with all the details from product discovery all the way to checkout flow. Now on Perplexity Comet, I can just reference back this process document in the open tab and ask it to follow it when doing the auditing and then to repeat the same for competitors. So this will save you lots of time because imagine you just need to create any process document once and then you can just ask the agent to follow that. So it is following the instructions in the process document to search for the specific product and add to the cart, and repeating the same for other competitors. And then it will give you really detailed analysis what are the identified issues across different buying journey for you and the competitors, and to propose the 5 top priority fix. So this is perfect. And if you want, you can even ask it to build a presentation as well. And I would say this is not just work for e-commerce. It can also be used for any websites with a sales funnel, like a SaaS business, service business, or even just a personal website. Now, sometimes your project might need partners or you might need more right people to grow. So we can let Perplexity be a talent sourcing agent and search live job platforms using your detailed criteria. And this will be a huge time saver. And the concept is not just for talent sourcing. It can also be used in finding service provider, guest speaker as well. So for example, I'm looking for an overseas talent that specializes in SEO, and it can be any role that you're looking for. And I know onlinejobs.ph is well known for searching different online marketing specialists. So this is a great use case of Perplexity agent. So tackle the assistant and then ask it to find 10 qualified candidates with the specified criteria like years of experience, tools proficiency, skills, salary expectation. So basically, you will list every important criteria for your project. So the agent will start doing the heavy lifting for you, and this process usually takes up lots of time. And it's amazing that Perplexity agent is trying to dig through each profile details and see if that's a good match and help me to find the qualified candidates. So finally, it helps me to identify the 10 qualified candidate profiles with a ranked summary table, and I can click on each one to read the details or to take the follow-up actions. Of course, you can even ask the agent to contact the candidate on your behalf, but for now, I still prefer contacting myself for this kind of high-stake action. And you can even ask the agent to expand the search to find if these candidates are active on social media or having a personal site to gauge their culture fit. Another big one that most people need is an executive assistant agent. So we can connect comments to your Google Workspace and have it act as an executive assistant, researching your prospect, schedule meetings, or handle all those admin tasks. So one of the immediate useful way is to ask Perplexity to prepare you for meetings, as oftentimes you might have external meetings with prospects or vendors or partners. So just ask Perplexity to check your calendar for external meetings and researching each company or person, their background, key people, recent updates. So the agent will compile everything into a Google document with each company in separate tabs. And it summarizes what they do, recent news, key executives, and conversation starters. So you are fully prepared for your meetings. Another way is scheduling. So let's say I want to find the top 10 marketing conferences happening in the next 6 months. So I can ask the agent to first search for these events and then take that list and add each one to my calendar with the title, location, and description. So it will prompt me to approve each event creation so I can review them one by one. Or you can just ask it to schedule directly without approval. Then each event will be added to your calendar with the event link. And these are just 2 of them, so there are really lots of other admin tasks you can ask Perplexity agent to do for you. Now I know privacy is a big hesitation when it comes to Perplexity AI browser. I think first we all need to understand that for an AI browser to be useful and effective, it needs context from your browsing. And that means it has to access to a certain extent of your data. Though I can see that Perplexity Comet does collect more data by default, but there are ways you can minimize this risk. So first, you can adjust the settings to make sure Comet is not sending your search data or use your data to improve the product. And also block sensitive sites access like bank account, client portals. And second, which is my top recommendation, is to create a completely separate Google account and only use it for non-sensitive tasks. Like in this video, the account is completely isolated from my sensitive data. I know it's not ideal, but this way you can ensure complete data isolation. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up so more people can see this message. I also invite you to join my community. You get access to all the prompts I share on this channel and all the exclusive workshops. And before you go, also watch this video about Perplexity Labs if you're a big fan of Perplexity. See you next time.